Hello, ladies. Welcome back to the Dear Single Women's Podcast. I'm your host, Shanintra, and I thank you for being here. Please take a second to like, share, subscribe, follow the podcast, follow my YouTube channel. I'm over there on YouTube. My name is Shanintra Says. There's a link in the description. Please take a second to follow me. I just went live this past weekend, and I want you guys to see my content. So I hope you will support the channel, and I hope you will support the podcast. Please like it, share it with a friend, because this podcast is for single women who are healing, growing, living, and loving their lives on their terms. Thank you for all the support. So we're going to jump into today's episode. The title of today's episode is Build a Man. But if you know me, you know I'm not talking about building a man. I'm not talking about raising him up and giving him the skills that he needs to be successful or to be that dude for you. If you know me, you know that is not what I'm talking about, okay? I talk a lot about healing for women, and I'm not talking to men, but trust me, they need to be doing their own inner work before they even come to you. So I would never, ever encourage anyone to raise a man, build a man. If you're into that, if that's your thing, please stop, okay? Please stop. Because you heard Kanye. What did he say? And when he get on, he leave your ass for a white girl. Everybody remember that saying from Gold Digger. And I'm not talking particularly about white, but the behind the lyric is the thought that what did he say? Let me see. Can I rap it? While I wash and watch it. Wait, his dishes in the back. He's got to roll up his sleeves. But while I wash and watch him, he gonna make it. He got that ambition, baby. Look in his eyes, cause he be mopping floors and he can sell fries. But stick by his side. I know the dude's ballin', but yeah, that's nice. You could get calling and trying, and you stay right, girl. And when he get on, he leave you for a white girl, right? You with that dude, you building him up, you making him into something, and what does he do when he get there? He leaves you. They don't want the woman that built them, whether she's white, black, Hispanic, Asian, it don't matter. No one wants to remember the days of struggle. And when he look at you, all he gonna remember is those days of struggle when he couldn't afford a car and he couldn't do for himself and you had to pull him up. Like, that's what he gonna remember. So don't build a man. You know that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is ladies, okay? I have been in these streets. I've been out and about these past couple of days, and I like to watch. I call myself like a forever learner. Like, I am forever a student in some capacity. Whether I'm student, I'm teaching students, I'm learning how to teach, I'm learning how to do this. I'm forever learning something. That's why my podcast is all about what? It's all about knowledge. It's all about education. It's all about growing and bettering yourself. I'm all about that. So you don't think that's not going to apply to when I'm out in these streets and I'm seeing how men interact with their women and how women interact with their men? Yes, I'm watching, I'm learning, I'm studying. This episode will be useful for someone who, like me, there are many of us who have been raised in homes where we didn't see a loving two-parent relationship. We didn't grow up seeing what it looks like for two people to get along and relate to each other and what a healthy relationship looks like. A lot is just the sad state of the world. A lot of people are not born into families where they get to see that. There are not a lot of marriages, particularly in the Black community. There are not a lot of marriages. There are not a lot of good examples. So if you come from a background like that, this episode will be useful to you, because I have to find my own examples. I have to watch and learn from other people, because again, it's not really inherent and apparent in my own family. So when I say build a man, I mean, look at how men engage with their significant others. Take what you like from that and you put that in the pot and to decide what it is that you want in your future man. And I say future man because even if you had a man, was in a long-term relationship and got out of it, have one now and not satisfied anymore, you can always revamp. You can always rewrite that message. You can always rewrite that concoction, that little recipe. You can always rewrite what it is you want. This is not an episode on lists. This is different. And the reason why this is different is because you're not talking about some of the qualities he has to have, or how tall you want him to be, what kind of work you might want him to do for a living, or what his values are. You're building the man that you want to be the person for you. So I'll give you some examples. I was at a gala on Friday and it was beautiful. I dressed up amazing. If I could send some pictures, if I could share some pictures, I will. Or, you know what? There's my plug for my Instagram. Go on my Instagram, Nubian _ Nintra, Nintra. Follow me on Instagram. You will see my pictures from Friday. Baby, I did that, okay? If you allow me a second. I did that, okay? I look so good. Back to the episode. The guy who threw the gala was for their second year in entrepreneurship. They had their own business and they threw a gala for the second anniversary to celebrate. And this is I took notes, okay? Because I'm seeing it's him and his girl. Don't know if they're married yet, but it's him and his girl or wife. And she designed did the decorating for the event. Beautiful decoration. As someone who's into that stuff, she did an excellent job. But the way that he kept bigging her up, the way that he talked about her before she even got there, and then when she was there, the way he was like, again, I watched the subtle things, right? The way he was like, I need you to stand next to me. You know, I need you to do this with me. You know, I look better with you beside me. Come on, come up here with me. Let's present these awards together. The way that he just elevated her. To him, she was the absolute best person in the entire world. You could hear it. You could see it. You know, I love unspoken communication. The way he looked at her, the way he just was like in awe of this woman. It was beautiful to see. It's not something you get to see often. And I took that and I put that in my little pot, my Build-A-Man pot. I say, yep, must have. I want that. Not, oh, you know I'm with you. You know we good. Nope. I love that. The way he just elevated her. She was the most beautiful thing in the room to him. And I say, yep, file that for the future. I want that. I need you to know what you have and vocalize and express that verbally and non-verbally. I need you to dote on me. I need to feel like I am the most beautiful woman in the world in your eyes. I need to know that you value me and support me. I know it may seem like that's bare minimum, but it's really not. It's not. Because what the man has, and this is another thing going into my pot, my Build-A-Man pot, he has emotional intelligence. he is able to recognize the value that she provides for him, and he's able to express that audibly and through action and through just unspoken body language. He has the emotional intelligence to recognize that he is a lucky man, and he's able to make her feel that he is the luckiest man in the world. I want that. Not a lot of guys do that. Not a lot of guys can do that. They can recognize the value you provide for them, but you'll never know it unless you live in their mind, in their heart, unless you're in their body. You won't know it because they don't express it. And some people kind of skate by like, yo, the men are not that expressive and da da da. No, it truly is just a lack of emotional intelligence. I just chuckled because there's a joke where they're like, men are not expressive. Oh, just go watch them at a football game. Just go watch them when the basketball game is going on. You'll see expression, right? So men can express. I want somebody who's able to give that to me, because as a feminine woman, I need that. I need to know that how you feel about me. I don't want to have to deduce, oh yeah, he loves me, because I want someone who is in tune with themselves, where they can recognize the value that I provide to them and make sure that I know that, make sure I feel that. And by the way, she gonna have that man for the rest of her life if she wants him, okay? Because you could see in the way that he just feels so lucky to have her, that she's gonna have that man for the rest of her life if she wants him. And that's the dynamic you should have. That's the dynamic. I don't know if you guys know this, but this is the dynamic that you want in a relationship. Why? Let's get down to it, ladies. Why? All right? I'm talking to primarily women here. I check my analytics. I do see some men on this listening in sometimes. That's okay. Hello, guys. You can listen. Just be quiet. Ladies, I'm going to put you on if you're not on already. God has designed it that way, where men are just in awe. Men are the ones that's like, I am so lucky to have this woman. I can't even believe she's here. Okay. That is intentionally designed. Why? Because when the woman enters into a covenant with the man and they get married, she is immediately at, I don't want to call it, it's not a disadvantage, but if we're talking like ability to like up and move and do what you got to do, like, she is a little bit at a disadvantage, right? Because she gets married, and then what happens? Kids, right? Kids come along, and then you're at a point where it's like, okay, you're not just thinking about you now. You got to think about your children. You got to think about a lot of other things to make this work. You have to think about your first instinct as a mother, preservation for your family, for your kids, right? So you become more dependent. If you want to go the traditional route and you don't want to work and he's the working, okay, then you are also more dependent, because now you got kids to think about. You are not working on your own. He's taking care of you and taking care of the family. So you are where you might have been here when you got married, just positionally, or I guess I should say situationally, you've kind of gone like this, right? You've relinquished some things. Okay. You relinquish some things when you chose. And this is why men need to understand, we are not just out here going to marry anybody. I don't know why I'm so animated. I'm sorry. But maybe you guys like it. I don't know. I was like super sleepy. I'm like, let me record this before I go take my nap. It's Sunday. It is a day of rest. I need to go rest. But I'm animated now. So who knows? I might be up for a couple of hours. But yes, you as a feminine woman, when you enter into a covenant, you are relinquishing. You are giving yourself over to this man. You are entrusting yourself to this person. You are saying, I am entrusting you to take care of me. I'm entrusting you with my heart, my emotions, which, as you know, for a woman is super, super, super important. It is like the core of who we are. When someone entrusts their heart and their emotions to you, it is at the core of who they are. And it hits different for a woman than it does for a man. So you already have that, right? And then you give him your body, and then you give him access to your womb space. You allow this person to really alter the rest of your life. If you don't have children, right? That is going to shift everything once you actually start having kids. You are giving a lot of yourself to this person. You are entrusting this person with everything, pretty much, right? Because then when you have children, you're dependent on him to lead and raise those kids right. You're dependent on him to be a good role model for those kids. How many girls are out here like just lost and struggling because they didn't have a good dad? They didn't have a good male figure, and they're out here searching for that identity and that love from a man in these bum dudes that keep just plop, 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 bum dudes, right? It's because of that identity crisis she's suffering because she didn't get it from her dad. You are entrusting a lot to a man when you choose to say, I do, okay? And that's a very serious thing. Again, that's why we're not just entering into any old unions. We being thoughtful about this. I'm 34. I'm going to be 35 next month. I'm still single. I've never been married. And it's that reason. I mean, not always, right? Like I could have got married younger just to any old bum dude, but like God really loves me and he spared me from that. And now I'm at a point where I have understood the significance of this act of like giving myself over to this person. I've understood how significant that is, the weight of what that is, what I am actually saying and doing by entering into this covenant. And so now I'm not willing to just go there with anybody. So, and I stand by that. Like, I will be the cool aunt with all my friends and loving on my nieces and nephews if it comes down to it, because I'm not going to enter into a union. I'm not going to give all of that to somebody who has shown that they can't handle it, and then it hurts the next generation. But back to the original point, because you are doing that, because you are giving that, the man has to feel like he's just lucky to have you, because it keeps that dynamic balance, right? So when you're like I said, you start out, you're here, and then you like situationally have gone maybe lower because you have given a lot of you to him. And so you've entrusted a lot to this person. So you have become dependent, whereas like here, you're fully equal. You're always fully equal, but I hope you get what I'm saying. You're fully at the same level. And then situationally, you go down because now you're dependent on him. You've given him access to your heart. You've given him access to your womb space. You've given him access to your future, your progeny. You have allowed this man to influence the very next 30, 40 years of your life, right? You have given a lot. And again, I am a Christian. I believe in traditional marriage. It's designed that way because the man is the head. The man is the one that's meant to lead and take on all of that. I don't believe women are meant to take on all of that. I believe men have been designed that way. They got that extra testosterone for a reason, right? So they're meant to, they can handle that. But you are, and by you relinquishing, it allows you to flourish in your femininity. You don't have to take on so much. It's not up to you to always figure everything out. You get to step back and relax and rest in your feminine role, which is softness. You get to be that. So it works. But the only way the dynamic really works, what puts you back up there or even above, and this was something I said 2 weeks ago, is that he should always feel like he's lucky to have you, right? So you've given over a lot to him, but this man is like, oh, I can't believe it. She's entrusted me with this. She has valued me to this much. She has put this faith in me that I want. Like, men want to prove. Men want to prove. You've entrusted me with this. I want to give. I want to do my absolute best for you. And that dynamic just goes whoop. put to like this, where like I said 2 weeks ago, a man should never get too comfortable where he's like, she ain't going nowhere, she never expendable, she will never leave, she'll never, like, he should always be feeling like it's some way he's trying to earn you or keep you. And that's what put you guys back up here on the same level. In some way, he's trying to earn you or keep you, because he's just, I can't believe I got her, right? That dynamic keeps it healthy and balanced out. If he feels like he's the prize, you've way put it out of balance, right? If he feels like he's never having to like earn you, do for you, keep you, actually keep himself together for you, if he never says, wow, I'm so lucky to have her, that ain't the dude for you. That ain't the man. You don't want that one. You don't want that one, because I tell you, if he just feels like you could be one of many, you will be one of many. Because again, men are kind of wired that way. They want to spread their seed everywhere. They're just kind of like wired like that. But it's that idea of like, you could go anywhere and everywhere and do everything, but you're never gonna have me. You never gonna get with me. You ain't gonna find another me out here in her. Him recognizing the inherent value that you possess and what you do for him is what's gonna keep that relationship in balance. Maybe with you even slightly above, because men like to earn. They do. They like to earn. They like to work. They're wired that way. They like the chase. I'm thinking of it like a concoction though. Like, what do I want? What's going in there? I want a man who dotes on me. I want a man who recognizes the value I provide for him, because other men have recognized that in me, but not to its fullest extent. And so it was like, well, she does provide me a lot of value and I'm gonna get it while it's here, but once it's gone, oh well, it's gone. No, I want like that the way that man was with his girl. I want him to be like, not only do I want it, but I want her to stay. I don't want to just use the value she gives me for the moment, and when she goes, she goes. No, I want her, and I want her here for good. Like, that is going in my little pot. I want emotional intelligence. Can you express that to me? Can you make me feel like that? That's going in my pot. What else do I want in my mate? I need somebody that's super supportive. I love the level of support that he provided for her. Like, just being there, supporting her dreams. Not just saying it because you feel like it's the manly thing to do. Oh yeah, I'm going to support my girl. But no, like actually showing and prove. And I have another example that I keep in my head, and God has blessed me to see that, because again, I didn't grow up with those models, but I hope they're doing well. I always call them my favorite couple every time I see them. If you see this, shout out to you, my favorite couple. You know who you are. My cousin and her husband, every time I see them, how's my favorite couple doing? Like, they are silly with each other. They laugh with each other. They keep things lively, fun. They keep things exciting. And I think just having that, like, never getting too bored with each other is important to a relationship. And so, like, yeah, I'm tossing that in my little pot too. That's in my pot. So, like, those are some of the things that I think of when I want to build my man, when I want to build my relationship. What are some things that I want? That's what's in my little pot. And I'm just going to ask you for you. Like, have you thought about some of those qualities you want in a mate? Here's another thing in my pot. I want somebody that, because I'm such a like lover at heart. And this is the thing, going back to what I was saying, I know what he's getting. Like, you are getting a fiercely loyal, a lover, someone who is just like such a romantic, would dote on you, would just like make you feel like you're $1,000,000. I know what you're getting when you get me. I know the value you're getting when you get me. So what I need from you is I need you to be somebody who can receive that. That's in my build a man pot. Can you receive that? Can I like hug you from behind and you be okay with that? Or are you gonna flinch, right? Because maybe you're not used to touch, to love, to affection. Can I like come up to you and tease you and be in your face or like just smile in your face? Hi, like can I do that? And you find it cute and you are receptive to it, or are you like emotionally shut down and withdrawn that that's not something you can handle? um I need somebody who has emotional intelligence, who has done the work to be able to handle it, who is comfortable in their masculinity, that they can handle my girliness, my femininity, and be light with me, right? Life is hard enough. Can you be light with me? Those are some of the things that's in my pot. And so I wonder what's in your pot. What are some things that you want in a man, that if you were to create him, what are some of the skills and the mindsets that you want this man to have? Start thinking about that, right? Because you're going to get very real, as I said about last week. Say yes if you want to. You're going to start saying yes to men that embody that. You're not just going to say yes to anybody, because if he don't embody some of those things that you're looking for to have in your future, then you're not even going to waste your time, and rightly so. So start thinking about that. I know what I want, and that just puts me in such a little giddy, excited space. And oh, I can't wait to meet that person. And I know he's out there, and I'm so excited, and I hope you're excited too. So thank you for listening in to this episode. If you missed my live, please go. You can check it out on Instagram. Go to my YouTube channel, Shanintra Says. I think you'll enjoy it. So I will see you next Monday for the next episode of the Dear Single Women's podcast.